What's going on, boy? Hey,
What's up with it?
before we kick it off, man. Last time we got on here, I ain't knowledge that your had a birthday.
Yes, sir.
How I feel opening the door, walking around in that 40, man. How I feel, man.
Man, what you mean, man? I'm 3 years in, man.
So
Shit,
shit, we
I ain't no
we
rookie.
I'm no motherfucker now.
Yeah, I ain't no rookie to the 40 club, man. Hey man, I've been here for a little minute now. But I definitely appreciate the birthday love, man. You know, a lot of people showed me a lot of love, man. I had a great day. It was just pretty much like a real good chill day, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do much, just chill. Went out to dinner with, you know what I'm saying, with my wife and mama and them and all that. So, man, I had a real good day. You know, the older you get, the more it's about the little things, man.
Right. I was about to say that. You know what I'm saying? When you get older, you know, it's about that. It ain't about trying to go out and get drunk and do all that crazy stuff. You know, you kind of live it up. Your birthday lasts for the whole month type shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
nah, it's back. Hey, man, next day or so, it's back to business, man. Back
saying?
straight up,
And that's how
back
you
to
know.
business.
That's how you know you get older. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different mindset, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, man.
totally
And you know, I was having a conversation with somebody today. It's funny, because we started off talking about Big Jihad. Then we mentioned, you know, us working at the mall 20 some years ago, man. Where that time go, man? You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Fly?
Huh?
In the fly, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Where that time?
Man,
Where the fuck, man? Where that time go?
man. But so with that being said, man, you know, another episode, bringing the business. You know, we coming up on a year now, pretty soon. Next month, we coming up on a year. For all the people who've been following us, man, for this entire year, much love. Hey, this
Show,
Nick right here, this my co-host right here. This
show.
my co- uh, man, we did the barbershop.
Yeah, I was finna touch on that barbershop, man. I needed to be there for that one, man.
Yeah,
That was that was a dope conversation and like a intense conversation, man. You know, for the last few years, I kind of denounced my Bears card, man. I
right.
grew up a Bears fan, man. And see, when it comes to me with sports, I'm an emotional sports guy. You know what I'm saying? I love the team or the players that I root for, or whatever. And the Bears broke my heart year after year after year after year, man, to the point that I can't do it. And it's not just that you're not winning, but it's the moves you're making, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? It's like, huh? You
yeah,
know, and the last straw for me, which y'all touched on in the barbershop edition, man. If y'all didn't see the barbershop edition, go check out the last barbershop edition where he talked about the going all the way back to the 85. They talked about the 85 Bears and stuff. That was a dope session. Go check that one out. But the last straw for me was Deshaun Watson, man. We picked Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson after Deshaun Watson told the college world up, bro. I give people a pass. I give them a pass for not doing Mahomes because nobody saw this Mahomes. Even the people that knew he was nice or whatever like that, I don't think they saw this Mahomes. Deshaun just tore up Bama, bro. Like what, 2, 3 years in a row? Even though he
yeah,
didn't win, you know what I'm saying? Both times, whatever, he won one, lost one, but he tore them people up, bro. And you
yeah.
go get you trade up to go get Mitchell Trubisky, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, what the hell was y'all thinking, bro?
But okay, I get that though, dude. But that happened back in what? That's like what, for about 5, 6 years ago, something like that. Maybe longer. I'm not sure. I can't really remember the actual numbers, but now you got your black quarterback, right? Now you see that they trying not just with the one move that we saw with the DJ Moore, but now you see with the other moves they signed Nate Davis or offensive lineman. Now it seems like they may try to put their hand in that Orlando Brown Jr. sweepstakes. You know what I'm saying? The left tackle from in Kansas City. You see, they trying to bring along that defense. They just signed two outside linebackers, pretty decent outside linebackers. You got the white boy in the middle. I can't think of his name right now. We also got something about they talking about possibly getting Darius Slay, who just got released from Philly, the corner from Philly. So it's like, at what point do you give them a chance and just let them see what's going to happen and start judging them off of what somebody else did? So that was Ryan Pace or whoever who did that. Now you got Ryan Posey. You know what I'm saying? Now it seems like he's trying to make the move to get people around Justin Fields. So at what point do you say, man, okay, that's a DJ Moore move, that's a hell of a move. Let me see what's going to happen. Okay, that Nate Davis move, that's okay. They trying to store up the offensive line. Okay, man, they got some key pieces on the defense. That's it. What we trying to say is, at what point would you say, okay, let me see what's going to happen? It's starting to kind of teeter in the right direction a little bit, but instead of just washing your hands of them because of what happened in the past, then you're going to say, man, okay, I don't like what they did in the past, but this is starting to look, maybe looking a little promising.
I think about this, bro. Like I said, I just had a birthday. I'm 43 years old.
Mm-hmm.
In my 32, 33 years of Bears fandom, and obviously we grew up and we were born into being Bears fans, right?
Right.
So I look back, I remember the 85 Bears winning the Super Bowl. Now, I don't remember, I had to go back and rewatch the game and stuff like that because I was 5. But I remember the hoopla around it. You know what I'm saying? I remember the Super Bowl shuffle. I remember the fridge, and you know what I'm saying? I remember the hoopla about it, but I was 5. I was too young to understand the X's and O's of the game or of that season and everything like that. I look back, bro. I think in my 30-something years of being a Bears fan, I've had like two taking out the 85 Bears, probably had about 2 successful seasons, bro.
I mean, yeah. I mean, think about this though. When Lovey was there, we had a couple of successful seasons with Lovey.
And I was a Lovey fan. I liked Lovey as a coach, and I liked that defense with Peanut and them and Urlacher and Lance Briggs and them or whatever like that. I love that defense. I love, you know what I'm saying? I love Thomas Jones. I love Matt Forte. You know what I'm saying? But other questionable moves, like I hated Jay Cutler.
I'm not saying I'm a fan of Jay Cutler, but I will say this about Jay Cutler. He didn't have offensive line, dude.
He was bad
So,
himself, though.
but he made questionable decisions with the ball, but who would make questionable decisions with the ball if you throwing off your back foot because you constantly go back and see how many times he got sacked.
Now, did he throw off his back foot? Okay, now I agree. But did he throw off his back foot all the time because of the pressure? His mechanics was bad. His mechanics was bad as well, though, Nick.
I think he also relied off his arm strength a little too much.
Yes,
he had a strong arm.
He bought into that gunslinger's title.
Yeah, he did. He did. But sometimes it works for you, sometimes it don't. You know what I'm saying? Some people lived off of that shit, like a Brett Favre kind of lived off that shit. But I mean, you're right. But I also feel like some of that had to do with you never really had an offensive line stored up to really protect him because he was getting his ass whooped back there.
But some of that was him holding on to the ball too long. Trying to go downfield for the big play all the time, like we mentioned in the gunslingers mentality. He want to go downfield every time. Now you coach football, and you know what I'm saying, you watch football, you coach football. Sometimes you have to protect yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you know you don't have the time to go downfield, a lot of times he misses check downs and all that because he's looking upfield. Like, you have to protect yourself. Hit the check downs and the flats and all that stuff to get that ball out of there quicker, bro.
Okay. I mean, that's one of his character flaws. I get that. But I still think with all said and done, though, everything you're saying, he's still probably our number one ranked quarterback ever. With all the flaws that you say,
Saying nothing. We ain't had nobody.
exactly, it ain't really saying nothing, but I mean, he the best that we had.
That
And
man breaking that man breaking records. Like the records and stuff that he broke here and that he came close to was records set by Sid Luckman.
I get
So
it.
Bears fans or football fans, go back and look at how long Sid Luckman played. We ain't had nobody, bro. Even when we won a Super Bowl, Jim McMahon was nothing but a game manager.
Yeah, I know. I
You
know.
know what I'm saying? We ain't had nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's
get
like
it.
I understand if you tell me somebody is the best linebacker that we've had because we've had a rich
Yeah.
linebacker history. You know what I'm saying? So I see if you like, man, he the best linebacker we done had, or he the best defensive tackle we done had, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. But to say somebody the best quarterback we done had, we ain't had that shit.
I mean, that's fine, and you're right. But my thing with that is going back to the whole thing we talking about in the barbershop. At what point do you stop going back there and just mainly focus on what moves are being done now, and do you say to yourself objectively, do I like these moves? Do it? I mean, are they? Do it seem like it's going along in a pattern of, man, they actually trying to put somebody around this guy? Like, so they actually spend some money to put somebody around this guy. You know what I'm saying? For me, I think so. Especially after, I mean, so that episode, only move that had been made was they traded the first round draft pick. They got DJ Moore. They got the ninth and the 61 pick this year.
That was a good move.
That's a good move.
That was
So
a good move.
now, further along, now that we got a little bit more context, we got an offensive lineman, we got two defensive linemen, we got a D tackle, no, a DN, I'm sorry, a DN. We still in talks with getting key players, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Our name is out there as like, man, possibly building a good team. You know what I'm saying? Mostly what I've seen on different sports shows have been saying like, man, as far as our grade is up there as far as what we're trying to do to make this a successful team. And that's all I'm saying. Like, I agree with you on pretty much everything you're saying as far as the past stuff. You're right. We didn't have no good quarterback, so Jay Cutler being who he was for us, you know what I'm saying, if the numbers were already low anyway, so it didn't take much for him to kind of get there. I get that. And then the other stuff, as far as the questionable moves with Watson, stuff like that, you're absolutely right. But when do we stop going back and just look right now and say, what do you think about what's going on now?
But and you're correct. I understand that, right? But I've been doing that for years. I feel like I've been saying like, what I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna excuse that and move forward and everything like that. I feel like I've been doing that for years. So now it's like, and see, like I told you, when it comes to sports with me, I like sport. I really like sports. I really like music, stuff like that. So I have emotional ties to things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
the Bears, I used to rush home to watch them. I knew the rosters back and forward. You know what I'm saying? I knew who was on the injury on the injury report. I went to games. I did all that. When I realized that, like, I kind of was just like, whatever. I stopped doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I stopped rushing home to watch the Bears or say the Bears on, but then somebody like I'm also a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm gonna turn like it used to be the Bears first. I don't care whoever else on. I'm watching these Bears, and then I catch up on whoever else. Now Pittsburgh on, I'm watching Pittsburgh. If I like Aaron Rodgers, so I'm not a Green Bay fan, but I like Aaron Rodgers. So if Aaron on playing somebody, I'm watching that, and I get to
Right.
the Bears later. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just the losing, bro. Because I mean, hey, you got to go through that. It's the dumb shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, bro, try, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing the dumb shit. Like, and for a minute before they got Justin Fields, yeah, I got to admit, I had the attitude of, man, do they even want a black quarterback, man? Or you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Whatever like that. So no, man. But I don't want to be wishy washy and once they start winning, jump back on, man. I'm leaving that over there. Even if they win this year, I'll be the first to say I can't jump on the bandwagon. So I won't attempt to. Now, that's not saying that like, over years I won't get back into my Bears fan. But right now I'm kind of drained with the Bears. So I gotta get him. I gotta get him a break, man. I'm not wishing nothing bad on them. I'm not wishing that they fail with these moves that they making or whatever like that. But I'm out right now, man.
Yeah, I see. I see. So I mean, let's switch it then. Let's switch it. So you know what's been going on in the news the last? It was like what? It has been like 2 weeks now. Has it been two
What's
weeks?
what's that?
For Ja, it's been about
Actually,
2 weeks.
this particular situation has been about 2 weeks. But remember, he had did something, whooped the 17-year-old boy or something. Then remember he
Yeah,
had an altercation at the mall with the
yeah.
security guard or something like that. So I think like everything kind of been happening since about the first of the year, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's true. That's true.
I think
Yeah.
about the first of the year.
So what's your thoughts on it? You know what I'm saying? Before I get put my change down the table about it. What's your thoughts on
All right.
it? Right.
I see. Okay. I see the players, some players like Jalen Rose and people like that coming out and defending him and saying, this is a 23-year-old kid, basically a 23-year-old kid with money and fame and stuff like that. And he's going about handling it the wrong way. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to give him a little mercy with that. You know what I'm saying? Even
Okay.
though you're 23 years old, you supposed to know better with doing the stuff you're doing. But we always young and stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just gonna judge the man and just say it's a lost cause for the stupid shit that he doing. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do believe he should know better than to do some of this shit that he's doing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when most of my blame, what I'm blaming that daddy, man. I blame his pops, man. And the reason I blame his pops, bro, like you, his pops, you're in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all seem to have a good or great relationship.
Right.
So it's no way in the world I'm gonna sit back and let BJ just act a fool like this out in public or whatever like that, and I'm not checking him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It seemed like Pops is going along for the ride. It's like he is, what I'm saying, joining the fandom and you see he front row at the games, he getting into it with people, he doing all that. I think he's enjoying that opposed to grabbing his son by the collar and like, man, what the fuck is you doing, man? Get yourself together. So I give Job blame because he still is a grown man. You know what you're doing, whatever like that. But hey, we was young, we was all young and stupid at one point. So I want to give him more benefit of the doubt. But a lot of that blame goes to the pops, man.
You know what? I can't do nothing but agree with you on that. I look at it like this. I mean, when I'm listening to all these people who kind of kicking whites down, kind of find other stuff, other negative stuff to say about them, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, scandal sells. You know what I'm saying? It gets you the ratings, it gets you the likes, it gets you, the subscriptions and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I say that to this, say this to that. Old Bible term that says, you without sin cast the first stone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, he's 23, he's making stupid decisions. Hell, I'm 43 and sometimes I make stupid decisions. You know what I'm saying? When I was 33, I made stupid decisions. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not the same, but we go through life and we do things and we got to look back on it. And you may have somebody in your ear telling you, man, it's conversations me and you had where you like, man, hey, Nick, you need to do this. You need to, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can attest to it. Did I listen all the time? Probably not. Even though I had that person in my ear telling me, man, look, the way you're going about doing this, you shouldn't do it that way. You know what I'm saying? So it could be Pop is, like you said, along the ride, but it could be Pop like, man, hey, son, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. So, I mean, but I kind of believe what you're saying based off of what we see, it does seem like he along for the ride, and that he ain't pulling his coattail because he's like, man, my son this, my son that, you know what I'm saying? But I also look at it like, man, look, we all need to pump the brakes on really trying to condemn the little guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he is 23. And I mean, let's go back 20 years from now. Let's think about the shit that we did. You know what I'm saying? So we all gonna make mistakes, but the difference between his mistakes and our mistakes is he doing mistakes that right. He out there. You know what I'm saying? Where when he did some shit, that shit can get magnified. When we did some shit, it was me and you talking to each other like, man, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Other than now, the whole world sees it. And we didn't have $1 million endorsements. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to be the face of the league. So all those things magnified, like him going to the strip club. So, you didn't to the strip club before? You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't think nobody really killing them for going to the strip club, though.
I mean, but it's like I seen a post somewhere, I forgot who it was. They posted it on Instagram talking about him being a strip club, kind of like making fun of him and shit. Like, so who ain't been? I mean, I'm not really a fan of strip clubs, but who ain't been to a strip club?
And all the athletes go to the strip club.
Exactly. You know what I'm
saying? They actually had interviewed one of the I guess the managers or something at the strip club. And, she said that he was a gentleman. She said he didn't drink, you know what I'm saying, that night or whatever like that, so she had nothing but good things to say about him, from that particular incident. Now, question. I heard people say, like, even when I bring up that I'm gonna blame Pops, a lot of people like, man, how can Pops check him and he the breadwinner? But I think that's where, and I'm not trying to teach nobody how to raise their child because I'm just in the middle of raising my kids or whatever like that. And I know I can make mistakes and have made mistakes. And sure, I'm going to continue to make mistakes when it comes to raising my children. But it's like, I like to think that if I'm in my son's life, you know what I'm saying, raising him and everything, I like to think that he's going to respect me enough where even if he is the breadwinner, he's the one taking care of me, that I still have some say-so in his life, especially at the young, tender age of 23.
But even with that being said, me personally, I mean, I might work a lot, all that stuff like that, but at the end of the day, my peace and my stuff is way more important than money. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't come to you and say, man, fuck all that money shit, I don't give a fuck if you don't give me shit else. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck you need to hear. Yes. If you decide because of that you gonna cut me off, I'm gonna cut me off then. It is what it is. My job is to, even though you're grown, my job is to always steer you in the right direction as a father. You know what I'm saying? So if that's my fear of you taking away your million from me, then that's a problem. That's a problem with the father. You more so concerned about the money and everything, the glitz and the glamour that coming with this shit. Then now you caught up in the motherfucking rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Nah, hell no. Nah. I'm not worried about that because that's what's gonna make us fall out. Because I'm trying to make sure you're doing the right thing as a man.
Yeah, I gotta accept it.
Yeah, I gotta accept it then. You know what I'm saying? I'll go back to my whatever house I got. And my thing, I ain't gonna be stupid enough to not have my own shit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the craziness. Like you know that again, like we all been young, we all wanted to be cool, we all wanted to be hip. And obviously he doing it on a different level because he's able to rub elbows with rappers and stuff like that. But it's like, man, what are you doing, bro? Like you got man, you got the world right now. You know what I'm saying? You, like you said, you the face of the league, one of the faces of the league. You got all these endorsements. Like, why? What are you doing, bro? Like, why are you trying to blow that on this? And then you got to think too. You know, I believe there's some pride and stuff in there, and cockiness, which I like cockiness and stuff, but I think it's a little too much. Because even think about him on the court, man. I ain't worried about the West. You know what I'm saying? I'm only worried about Boston, but y'all ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't done nothing to be able to talk greasy like that.
That's not just him though. I think the team has developed this mindset that they the shit. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't done nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You all a good team, but you ain't won nothing yet. You ain't even won the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying?
Have they been?
So, wait, they ain't even won the regular season. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what have you won? You ain't won nothing to have any type of bragging rights. You're a good team though. Now, if you want to get an accolade of that, there's no award for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, they're a hell of a team out the West. But you ain't won the West yet. You ain't went to the playoffs and won the Western Conference Finals yet.
Hey, and then think about this, Nick. Like they better go back and look at history, bro. Like it's been a lot of teams that we thought was the next up and coming team that never get to their potential, so to speak.
Yeah.
So y'all better chill, bro. Like it's been a lot of teams that didn't get there. You know what I'm saying? That we thought was gonna be the next one. Look at teams that even made it like to the West, like Sacramento Kings with Chris Webber now.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, the team that the Bulls kept hurting their heart, the Cleveland Cavaliers with Brad Daugherty and Mark Price in them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Seattle.
Seattle. But at least Seattle went to the finals,
They went to the
even though
finals.
they didn't win. But I'm just saying, man, there's been a lot of teams where the Phoenix Suns with Steve Nash now.
Yeah.
A lot of teams where we think, like, all right, man, that young team, they up and coming. It's on with them now. They finna do it. And you never get there. It's not promised, bro. So it's okay to be cocky. It's okay to be, you know what I'm saying, fully, I get it. Hey, man, but man, y'all gotta tone it down a little bit though.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is it's okay to be cocky, but it's like they trying to put a crown on themselves without winning. You know what I'm saying? That's the only problem I got. Like, yeah, you could be cocky. You could say like, man, we're a good ass team. We could stand up to anybody in the league. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's fine. Anybody said you're supposed to be like that. If you're a competitor, that's the way you're supposed to think. But you crowning yourself already. We a dynasty. What? How? How you a dynasty? You ain't won nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I think like that's a mentality. But to go back to Ja, somebody said this perfectly. When you really a gangster in the world, when you really out here in the world, all you trying to do is find ways to be legit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
To stay low key.
Exactly. But when you out in this world, you a hooper, or you know what I'm saying, you really just one of these guys who came up, you trying to prove that you gangster. It's like it's the opposite effect. You know what I'm saying? When you that lame motherfucker who just play ball all the time and you perfected your craft, now you get there, now you trying to prove to people that you tough and shit. You ain't never been tough.
And he come from he didn't grow up poor or fucked up.
You ain't never been tough, bro. So why all of a sudden now you trying to be tough? I mean, and one thing I like about, and I mean, nobody talks about him in a while, is the Ball brothers. Ain't none of them trying to be gangster like that.
And you know what? Not to cut you off, but I was one. I'm not a fan of LeVar, and I was one that was critical of some of his moves and stuff like that. But one place I got to get credit to, LeVar would have checked the shit out of
Goddamn right.
you know what I'm saying, at a job, out of one of his boys. He would have checked. Yeah, LeVar would have gotten his boy's ass.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, ain't none of his boys out here trying to be gangster. I mean, yeah, you gonna get tattooed and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But ain't none of them out here, you know what I'm saying? We gangster, we got guns, we trying to beat up people. Ain't none of them done no shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, they about talking to women and, you know what I'm saying, hooping and shit like that. But come on, man. You know, and that's what I'm saying is like, it's the opposite effect. You get a little money, you know, all you did is hoop your whole life. Now you got a couple people around who you egging you on, and now you think you got to be, you know, like wow. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in neighborhoods where we've been around motherfuckers who really about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We've been in that shit. So we just spent our whole life like, man, we gotta get something so we can get our families together and make sure they ain't gotta deal with that shit we have to deal with. It's like the opposite thing, because when you actually grow up in it, all you thinking about is how can I not be in this shit no more? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a different mindset. You know,
So
what
do
are you
you
trying to
think?
prove?
I was thinking like, is that a conversation or a mentorship, whatever that needs to be done by Allen Iverson?
I think
Can
he'll be a
they?
perfect talking
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, I thought about that. AI about need to pull them to the side and hey man, let me holler at you, man. Let me tell you how, the road you going down, or what I'm saying, the route you going, man, if you don't get it together, man. Even though I think AI pretty much got in his trouble earlier, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
really before he got to the league and stuff like that, but just be able to tell him that this stuff can be stripped away from you, man, like in the blink of an eye. You know, like it'll be sad or it'll be whatever, but you could have been in that club and some jump off and you shot the gun or somebody got hit, anything. Like Plaxico Burress shot himself and had
Right.
to go to jail. And that for the most part fucked his career up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that can happen with you just doing crazy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary stuff. Like go on to the strip club, man. Go on do that. But then they say, they not doing too good on that road, right? The Grizzlies. They
Yeah.
they got a losing road record. They got a bad road record. And they were saying that Steven Adams had just addressed the Grizzlies uh about their road habits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine to send it to you. So Steven Adams had just addressed them about their like behavior on the road and stuff. So, he was saying that they pretty much party too much. They would have, stuff like that. But they say that it was kind of directed towards Ja without mentioning his name. And
Mm-hmm.
then days after that, all this stuff happened.
Okay.
So it's like the team saw all of this stuff happening, what I'm
Right.
saying, with him. And he the leader of the team, bro. So it's like the things that you do are gonna affect the whole organization, the whole team, even just the mindset of the team.
But that goes back to what Barkley was saying. Barkley said, you need a Udonis Haslem on the team.
Yeah, yeah,
You need something like that. Every team needs a whole head. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because a lot of these kids coming in 18, 19 years old, for 19, 20 years, they're young, bro. And you hand them millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who do you got there to guide them through this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's different from us. You know what I'm saying? We get a little $5 raise and shit. You know what I'm saying? And we like, man, hell yeah, man. I got a little $5 raise. I'm chilling. Imagine you hooping and you go to the league and you go from whatever little stipend they give you at the college level, and now you making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like you got all the cameras on you, people telling you the man and all this shit. Who you got there to guide them through that? Because the person next to him ain't nothing but a couple years older than him.
yeah. And and that's one thing my step pops used to tell me all the time. He said you got to surround yourself with people that has been through something. He said because the people, your peers, are just going through the same shit that you going through. So they don't know no more than you know. You know what I'm saying? He
Exactly.
used to tell me that shit all the time. Like they don't know no more than you. So you might as well surround yourself with people that know more than you, or that older or more mature or wiser, that has been through it, what you're getting ready to go through. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Cause if we the same age and it's the blind leading the blind, bro.
Absolutely. You
You know what I'm
learn
saying?
you learn together too. Because
Right.
I see you for help, so you looking at me like shit, I'm trying to figure this shit out too.
Right. I
I'm
don't know
still
no more than you know.
oh no shit. And
So I like Ja. I'm a fan of Ja. Like I said, even before all of this started happening with the, just getting in trouble, I started to like, man, I want to see their ass get beat though, because they just doing too much or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, but I really hope he get it together. I like that young brother, man. He box office. He got a game on him. He a killer. You know what I'm saying? Man, I like Ja, man. I like that Memphis team, right? You know what I'm saying? I like the team as a whole. Let me ask you this before we get up out of here. You realize that they win 60% of the games without him?
Yeah. I just think I don't think it's a knock to him. I just think that it's a good solid team.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good solid team, but I also feel like we just talked about, stop talking about shit like you all won something already. But I think that the team as constructed is a good solid team. So it's not a knock towards Ja, like you could say we don't need him. Because that was a thing like they saying like, man, we really need Ja. We don't want, you know what I'm saying? Come on, let's stop being stupid.
See, in the playoffs, you need a superstar or you need a star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When that thing slow down, you need somebody to make something happen, man. Whether it's scoring themselves or setting somebody else up or whatever like that. That's when you're gonna really see that you need Ja Morant.
Right.
Or you need your superstar or your star, man. So again, Ja, man, hey, because I believe it's gonna reach you. You know what I'm saying? This platform, man, get it together, bro. Like I say, we rooting for you, man. We want you to get it together. We ain't gonna pray on the downfall of no young black brother, man. So you know what I'm saying? Get it together.
And my thing, like even with the media, and I'm gonna just piggyback off that right quick before we get up out of here. Even though, as of right now, for a year now, we've been a part of the media. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of the media where the only way we gonna get people to look at us is because we preying on somebody's mistake. You know what I'm saying? We kind of find what's wrong and then we gonna talk about that. So we be talking down on somebody. You know what I'm saying? If that's what we gonna be about, then we can pack this shit up right now.
Right, I ain't with that.
So I have to say, like, man, I want to uplift him just like you do. You know what I'm saying? And not just him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can sit back and talk about the game. We can talk about the flaws of their game. We can talk about, you know what I'm saying, man, he needs to go to the gym and shoot more. He needs to do, yeah, that's fine. But as far as talking about putting down somebody's character for make sure people come and watch our show, I think, nah, we good. Sure. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna be like that on Bringing the Biz. You know what I'm saying? Sure. We gonna bring the biz. We ain't bringing the gospel. Right. You know what I'm saying? The gospel shit. You know, we ain't about that. Sure. But yeah, another dope episode, bro. Hey, man, all the avenues you can find us: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Man, I've been told, and I'm gonna have to get on this. I've been told you need to get on Twitter.
Okay.
You need to get on Twitter. So,
I got to get my Twitter fingers together.
Yeah, you know, get on Twitter, Spotify. You still got the Spotify up. So on all platforms, you know, check us out, Bringing the Business. Once again, man, much love to you, man. Another birthday, another year. God got it. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Healthy.
Yeah, you know. For sure.
So, man, we here, man. We gonna be here, man. Another dope episode with you, bro.
For sure.
Much love, man.
Peace.